Since July 15, 1916, we've been making the impossible possible, from producing a single canvas in a wood airplane to transforming how we fly over oceans and into the stars. The Boeing Company has become the world's largest aerospace company, and we're just getting started. Boeing. Hello, I'm Madeline McKinster, and I will be talking about the history of Boeing. So let's begin. In March of 1910, William E. Boeing bought Heath Shipyard in Seattle. He used this as his first airplane factory. From there, Boeing, who had originally studied at Yale University, and originally was working within the timber industry, this is where he became wealthy and was learning about wooden structures. This knowledge is what gave him knowledge on how to make potential airplanes. This is when he assembled the first designs of airplanes. Boeing was originally called Pacific Aero Products Corporation, but the name changed over 1 year later in honor of the founder. The company's first airplane, Model C, was a two-place training seaplane, and it was designed in November of 1916. It had a single main platoon and a small auxiliary floats under each wing, and it was powered by a Curtiss Ox 5 engine. This was the airplane that was entered in World War in 1917. They purchased 51 out of 56 seaplanes that were built. This was the company's first financial success, and it established a long-term standing partnership with the U.S. military. Throughout the 1920s, Boeing developed many aircraft models, both for the military and for transportation purposes. This was the development of military and mail delivery aircrafts. Then, after the Great Depression, which had a tremendous effect, it was the major impact on the World War II outcome. The effects on the aviation industry in the 1930s delayed the production of the first financially successful commercial aircraft. And this is when they had their rival, McDonnell Douglas Corporation, and they created their first profitable commercial airplane. From there, after World War II, the need for military bombers dropped rapidly as most orders were canceled, making thousands of workers lose their jobs at Boeing. This company had to try to recover and slowly demanded by developing commercial airliners that would be powered by turbofans instead of propellers and would be able to cross the Atlantic Ocean. This was a huge step for Boeing. This was next is the incredible era. In order to keep up with the growing number of aircraft sales, in 1966, Boeing commenced the monumental engineering challenge, the construction of the Everett factory. The Everett factory became home of the first wide-body jetliner Boeing 747, capable of carrying 490 passengers. This is more than twice as much as a 707. The aircraft held a capacity record for 37 years and was sold 15,000 times. Boeing has gone from being on the brink of bankruptcy and losing massive cuts at Boeing lead to billboards that read, "Will the last person leaving Seattle turn off the lights?" Meaning they had suffered majorly, but they would always come back on top. And this is where we are now, with all their different aircrafts that they have created. The sources I use for Boeing on its history tab: Aero Time, History of Boeing Pioneer Aviation for 100 Years, and the History of Boeing on Wikipedia.